Christian News from English Christian Times. Pope Francis encourages devotion to Our Lady of Fatima. During the general audience, Pope Francis urges the faithful to pray to our Lord and Our Lady, reminding us that 13th May is the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. Today we celebrate the liturgical memorial of Our Lady of Fatima, said Pope Francis in his greetings to Polish-speaking listeners at the weekly general audience. We turn our thoughts to the apparitions and its message transmitted throughout the world, he added. Holy Land. Heads of churches voice concern about Israel's planned annexation of West Bank land. A statement by the patriarchs and head of the Holy Land churches on Israeli unilateral annexation plans. As a result of the stagnation of the peace process in the Middle East between the Israelis and Palestinians, an array of plans for Israel to unilaterally annex West Bank land, backed mainly by the right-wing factions, raises serious and catastrophic questions about the feasibility of any peaceful agreement to end the decades-long conflict, one that continues to cause many innocent lives as part of a cycle of human tragedy and injustice. Liberian bishops want authorities to uphold rights during COVID-19 lockdown. Liberia's Catholic bishops have called on the country's security agencies to uphold human rights as authorities go about enforcing a government-imposed lockdown aimed at controlling the spread of COVID-19. In a statement issued by Liberia's National Commission of Catholic Justice, Peace and Caritas, on behalf of the bishops, the prelates commend the government for measures aimed at curbing the coronavirus pandemic. They, however, stress the importance of acting within the confines of the law. Muslims attacked Protestant church in Sheikhupura. At least one wall destroyed and a cross broken. The culprits wanted to take back land already sold to the church. This is a case of reverse blasphemy. For Punjab lawmaker, the cross has value for Christianity and Islam. Not only was the cross broken, but our hearts were crushed too, said a local Christian. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals rules students have the right to basic minimum education. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit ruled on Thursday that Detroit students at underperforming schools have the fundamental right to a basic minimum education. Senators want PPP loans for larger non-profits except abortion providers. A group of senators want to allow larger non-profits access to emergency loans during the coronavirus pandemic, with an exception to exclude abortion providers. New legislation introduced on Wednesday by Senator Kelly Loeffler, joined by Senator Kevin Cramer, James Lankford, and Mike Rounds, would modify regulations so that non-profits with more than 500 employees could also be eligible for emergency paycheck protection program during the pandemic. People make their political party their religion, says Catholic congressman. Catholics have a critical role in bridging the divides of today's polarized society, one outgoing Catholic congressman says. We live in a very polarized society, and I think that's bad for our society, bad for our country. Representative Dan Lipinski, an outgoing 8-term Catholic congressman from Chicago's South Side, told in an interview on Wednesday. Archbishop of Bombay calls for a day of prayer and fasting. Archbishop of Bombay and the President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, Cardinal Oswald Gracious, wrote to his fellow bishops and other religious representatives of the country, inviting them to take part in the 14 May initiative of a day of prayer, fasting, and works of charity. Christian families in central India beaten after refusing to renounce faith. According to the news, 5 Christian families in India's Chhattisgarh state were beaten by fellow villagers after they refused to renounce their Christian faith. The families were also told that they would lose their harvest lands for refusing to return to the village's tribal religion. Fulani militants killed 30 in Nigeria. International Christian Concern has learned that Fulani militants conducted a major attack beginning late in the evening on May 11th on the community of Gonanrogo in Kaduna State, Nigeria, as well as 4 other villages. Despite the government lockdown to curtail the spread of COVID-19, Fulani militants continued to move freely and attacked 5 villages in Kajuru local council area of Kaduna state during 3 successive days, leaving 30 people dead. Love God, serve God, everything is in that. Saint Clare of Assisi. News Desk, Christian Times.